Join us on an enthralling expedition into the world of Judges as we unlock the gripping stories of power, pride, and downfall in ancient Israel. Discover the hidden lessons buried within Judges 12, shedding light on the intricacies of leadership and the fragile nature of human ambition. The book of Judges in the Bible offers a fascinating glimpse into the ancient nation of Israel's history and leadership dynamics. While many stories of heroism and conquest are chronicled in this book, one particular story from Judges 12 stands out for its unique insights into the complexities of leadership and the challenges faced by the people of Israel. The story begins with the victory of Jephthah, a mighty warrior and judge who successfully leads the Israelites against their enemies, the Ammonites. However, upon returning to his hometown of Mizpah, he is confronted by a group of his own people, the Ephraimites. These Ephraimites were upset that they were not included in the battle against the Ammonites, and they felt excluded and slighted. Jephthah attempts to resolve the conflict peacefully by explaining the circumstances that led to their exclusion. However, the Ephraimites refuse to accept his explanation and instead threaten him and his people. The situation escalates quickly, with the Ephraimites and Jephthah's men engaging in a deadly battle. Jephthah's response to the Ephraimites is also noteworthy. Despite being insulted and threatened, he attempts to peacefully resolve the conflict, emphasizing the importance of diplomacy and communication in leadership. His actions display wisdom and restraint, even in the face of aggression, and serve as a lesson on effective leadership in difficult circumstances. Furthermore, this story raises questions about the fragmentation and disunity within the nation of Israel. It highlights the ongoing internal struggles between different tribes, which plagued Israel throughout its history. These divisions weakened the nation and made it vulnerable to external threats, emphasizing the importance of unity and cooperation among the people. The story of Judges 12 is an essential piece of ancient Israel's history, shedding light on the complexities of leadership and the challenges faced by its leaders. It serves as a reminder of the fragility of unity and the importance of effective communication and diplomacy in resolving conflicts. Furthermore, it raises awareness of the internal divisions that weakened the nation and the need for unity in the face of external threats. Studying this story can provide valuable lessons for contemporary leaders as they navigate the complexities of leadership in various contexts. It encourages leaders to prioritize diplomacy and peaceful resolution of conflicts, even in challenging situations. Additionally, it serves as a reminder of the importance of unity and cooperation among individuals and groups to strengthen their overall position. In conclusion, the story of Judges 12 offers invaluable insights into the dynamics of leadership in ancient Israel. By exploring the conflicts, challenges, and wisdom displayed by its characters, we gain a deeper understanding of effective leadership and the importance of unity in the face of internal and external pressures. One. The men of the tribe of Ephraim are angry with Jephthah. Then the men of Ephraim gathered together, crossed over toward Zaphon, and said to Jephthah, "Why did you cross over to fight against the people of Ammon, and did not call us to go with you? We will burn your house down on you with fire." "Why did you cross over to fight against the people of Ammon, and did not call us to go with you?" The tribe of Ephraim felt slighted by Jephthah, and were angry that they did not have a central and prestigious role in the victorious battle over the Ammonites. 1. There is a tendency within all of us to not want to do a job unless we receive credit. It is evident that the people of the tribe of Ephraim were more concerned with getting the credit than with seeing a job done. 2. Why should the Ephraimites complain about a victory accomplished through God's intervention for the benefit of all the tribes? It was a strange jealousy that spurred on Ephraim. Wolf. 3. This seems to be a consistent problem with the people of the tribe of Ephraim. They gave a similar response to Gideon in Judges 8:1-3. Then Gideon answered the complaining men of Ephraim with tact and diplomacy. Jephthah was a very different sort of man. B. We will burn your house down on you with fire. The people of Ephraim also backed up their anger with a threat. They threatened to burn down Jephthah's house with him in it. This clearly again reveals the sad disintegration of the nation. The consciousness of the unity of the people seems largely to have been lost. And Jephthah said to them, My people and I were in a great struggle with the people of Ammon, and when I called you, you did not deliver me out of their hands. So when I saw that you would not deliver me, I took my life in my hands and crossed over against the people of Ammon, and the Lord delivered them into my hand. Why then have you come up to me this day to fight against me? 1. The Lord delivered them into my hand. Jephthah's idea was clear. God won a great victory through him when the Ephraimites stood by, though they had the opportunity to help. In this, he pointed out the essentially unjust character of their complaint. 2. When I called you, you did not deliver me. The people of Ephraim here seem to be simply chronic complainers. When they had a chance to step out boldly for God, they did not do it. Yet when the work was done and God was glorified, they complained that they didn't get to participate. 1. The fact that a victory had been gained over their common enemy appears to have been overlooked. Accusation and counter-accusation followed in bewildering succession. The claim that they had been passed over was met by the charge that an appeal had been made to them to which they had not responded. Now Jephthah gathered together all the men of Gilead and fought against Ephraim. And the men of Gilead defeated Ephraim, because they said, You Gileadites are fugitives of Ephraim among the Ephraimites and among the Manassites. The Gileadites seized the fords of the Jordan before the Ephraimites arrived. And when any Ephraimite who escaped said, Let me cross over, the men of Gilead would say to him, Are you an Ephraimite? If he said, No, then they would say to him, Then say, Shibboleth. And he would say, Sibboleth, for he could not pronounce it right. Then they would take him and kill him at the fords of the Jordan. There fell at that time 42,000 Ephraimites. 1. The men of Gilead defeated Ephraim. Apparently the men of Ephraim were better at talking than fighting, because the men of Gilead seemed to conquer them easily. Tau. Then they would say to him, Then say, Shibboleth. The word Shibboleth means either ear of grain or flowing stream. With this word, the people from the tribe of Ephraim were easily identified by their dialect. They had a hard time pronouncing the H in Shibboleth and said Sibboleth instead, therefore giving themselves away. 1. According to Herbert Wolf, it is said that during the Second World War, the German soldiers sometimes identified Russian Jews by the way they pronounced the word for corn, kukuruza. Their pronunciation, like Peter's accent in Matthew 26:73, gave them away. This dialectal difference provides interesting material for linguists. The sibilants are notoriously difficult in Semitic languages. During World War II, the Nazis identified Russian Jews by the way they pronounced the word for corn, kukuruza. Wolf. The distinctive pronunciation of the Russian Jews revealed their ethnic background. So it was for these men of Ephraim. The Ephraimites were betrayed by their speech. So was Peter many years afterward. Matthew 26:73. Kundal 4. At the same time, how thankful we should be that our admission to the privilege of the kingdom of God does not depend upon our pronunciation. that the reality of the new birth is not tested by the accuracy with which we utter the creed, that we shall not be excluded from the gates of the New Jerusalem because we fail in the utterance of an ach. And Jephthah judged Israel 6 years. Then Jephthah the Gileadite died and was buried in among the cities of Gilead. After him, Ibzan of Bethlehem judged Israel. He had 30 sons, and he gave away 30 daughters in marriage, and brought in 30 daughters from elsewhere for his sons. He judged Israel 7 years. Then Ibzan died and was buried at Bethlehem. Ibzan of Bethlehem. This does not seem to be the same city called House of Bread that David, son of Jesse, would later make famous. Bethlehem is not to be identified with Bethlehem in Judah, which is usually written as Bethlehem, Judah. The likelihood is that this Bethlehem was the town in western Zebulun, about 10 miles north of Megiddo, Joshua 19:15. B. He had 30 sons, and he gave away 30 daughters in marriage. Ibzan practiced the traditional custom of making alliances through marriage, and was wealthy and prestigious enough to have so many children and so many alliances through marriage. 2:11-12. The judge Elon. After him, Elon the Zebulunite judged Israel. He judged Israel 10 years, and Elon the Zebulunite died and was buried at Ajalon in the country of Zebulun. A. Elon the Zebulunite. He was next in a succession of briefly reigning judges. He is also from a different tribe from the past few judges from before him. God called leaders from various tribes, instead of from one tribe only. 3:13-15. The judge Abdon. After him, Abdon the son of Hillel, the Pirathonite, judged Israel. He had 40 sons and 30 grandsons, who rode on 70 young donkeys. He judged Israel 8 years. Then Abdon the son of Hillel the Pirathonite died, and was buried in Pirathon in the land of Ephraim, in the mountains of the Amalekites. He had 40 sons and 30 grandsons, who rode on 70 young donkeys. This was a demonstration of the wealth, prestige, and influence of this briefly reigning judge. Pirathon was the birthplace of David's captain, Benaiah, 2 Samuel 23:30, 1 Chronicles 11:31, 27:14. B. In the mountains of the Amalekites. These were the same Amalekites that God had put a curse upon for their treatment of the weakest and most vulnerable in the wilderness wanderings out of Egypt. Exodus 17:8-13, Deuteronomy 25:17-19, 1 Samuel 15:2-3.